video on color separations so you can have this to move forward. I'm going to go back and revert this image here so you can see what we originally had. Here we go. I'm going to take this word Enlow. I'm going to take this word Enlow and I'm going to break it down into a couple of colors. I'm going to start off with using image adjustments, posterize. That's going to break it down to a couple of colors. I'm going to say OK. I could have messed with the levels there, but I'm not. Next, I got to start selecting color and then pulling it out and putting it on its own layer. So I'm going to go double click on the background layer. And now I'm going to go to select, color range. Eyedrop over a color. I'm going to choose that light green right there. Say OK. The selection's been built. I'll create a new layer. Notice my foreground color now is the same as that color. So I need to, for printing purposes, we want to take it to black. So we're going to press D on the keyboard to fill with black. Then I'm going to hit Option Delete, which is the short for fill. And I'm going to call that light green. Okay. I'm going to keep on going down the thing. Command D to deselect. Go back here. I'm going to go select, color range. Go to a darker green, say OK. What do you think I'm going to do? Create a new layer. And again, green, this darker green, I'm going to change to hit D on the keyboard to default to black and white and hit Option Delete. Okay. Command D to deselect everything. I've got that light green, the dark green. Maybe I'll pull in the black. So I'm going to go, let's see. I will pull in, well, actually no, let's go that mid-tone dark green right there. So I'm going to go click on my original layer, select, color range, eyedrop over the army green right there. Say OK. Create a new layer and hit D on the keyboard to default to black and white and Option Delete. So I've built up 3 colors. I'm going to call that, I'll call that layer, double click on it and call it dark green. Say OK. I'm going to call this mid green because that was the one. Okay, and let's go ahead and unselect it. Command D to deselect. Let's just grab that black. Select, color range, and eyedrop the black. Say OK. We've built that selection up right. I'm going to add a new layer and hit Option Delete and call that black. Parentheses K for printing. Okay. So now I can turn off everything and I have 3 layers, Command D. I have 1, 2, and 3. 4 layers, sorry. 4 layers, okay? Next thing I need to do is grab them. So what I'm gonna do, so I got this selected right here. So last thing I'm gonna do is grab the cropping tool and I'm gonna make sure white's my background color because if I pulled out a crop, it would change whatever the color is. So watch this. Pull that out, hit enter, and I'm going to work to add registration marks to this. But I'm going to do those on its own layer. So I'm going to click and put a layer here. I'm going to call it, double click on that layer, call it reg marks. Okay, so with that layer selected, now I can go in here and go get my circle tool, the ellipse tool, click, hold down Shift and Option, edit stroke, and fill with foreground, and I'm just making a registration pin. So I'm going to use my rectangular marker E tool, Command plus, and remember Option Delete, boom, Command D, Option Delete, boom, Command D. That's not a perfect registration mark, but the cool thing is if I lock all my other layers, right, I can lock them real quick by just clicking that right there. If I've locked all those, if I just rubber band over that and hold down Option, I should be able to, let's see, grab my move tool and pull that over here. Yep. There it is. Option, drag another one. And pull it over here. So you can have one in every corner of your document. That's super helpful. Now when I print, I would probably leave this layer on and I would just individually turn the layers off. So for example here, I'm going to turn this off so you see what I mean. This would be one color. I'd print that, leave my registration marks on, print the second, print the third. Alright, hopefully that makes sense. Save your file as printing _ your name _ advertising InDesign.